The talented Linda Ely. Wow. She does everything. Good morning. Good morning and welcome to Universal Spirit Center. I'm Kevin Busey. I have the pleasure to be the spiritual leader of our inclusive, thriving, welcoming community, and I welcome you who are present here with us this morning, and I welcome all of you as well who join us online. It's a significant day for us here this morning because 21 years ago today, we met for the first time. We met for the first time. We are legal. So as a celebration, we're all going to a bar after this, so because we're legal. Not right after. Yeah, I'm buying. Not right after this. But anyway, I welcome you and invite you to take a breath in. Whether you're at home or in the office or wherever you are, and whether you're here, I invite you to breathe right into your heart. This is our meditation time. It's our time for stillness. It's our time to come present. And so for you who are watching us from another place, please join us in this moment of sacredness, in this coming still, in the breath, in the expanding of the heart. So it's a perfect opportunity right now to let lesser things fall away and to come present into the power of this moment. So go ahead and close your eyes. Let lesser things fall away. And come into the awareness. Come into the awareness of divine presence.
And if you feel called, join with us as we sing, "We Let the Love."
Continuing in this space of feeling saturated with the love washing over us, we anchor into that truth that there's only one loving consciousness, one energy of peace, of freedom, of powerful presence, pouring itself into each one of us, every living being, every time, place, and circumstance. And so I know that energy of love, that loving sentience, that consciousness of wisdom is pouring itself in, expressing and flowing with divine right precision, right where everyone is, right where Rev Kevin is in his words of wisdom and humor and love and grace. It's singing its song and pouring forth beautiful melodies through our spirit, our choir, and our sounds of spirit, our choir on fire. It's serving through our hands that set up today, Bob and Lee and Eileen and our friends behind the booth for production and sound. And it is anchored and flowing and a beautiful thing to be for each one of us here today, in person and online. So let's breathe in that flowing freedom of love and wisdom. And let it be as it can only be right here and now through all of us. So grateful for this. And so I surrender it joyfully to behold its magnificence. And so it is. Today's reading to take us into our meditation is from Ernest Holmes, the founder of Science of Mind and Spirit. The divine plan is one of freedom. Bondage is not God ordained. Freedom is the birthright of every living soul. All instinctively feel this. We do well to listen to this inner voice, for it tells us of a life wonderful in its scope, of a love beyond our fondest dreams, of a freedom which the soul craves.
as we come out of meditation. Join us in singing, There is Only One Life.
There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now.
Choir on fire. Thank you. And Gino, the director, the choir director, turn around. Take a bow. And thank you all. Thank you for that. Nice anniversary choir gathering, right? So if you missed it, today's our 21st anniversary. And we have a celebration in Pioneer Park afterwards. A very generous member of our community has decided to cater a Greek lunch for us. So it's in Pioneer Park in Mission Valley. I'm telling you Mission Valley, and there'll be more food for me. Mission Hills. In Mission Hills, it's a great park there. We've been meeting there over the years. And come and celebrate with us. You're all invited. You're all invited to that. Are you showing me something, Lee? There's, I guess, maps, directions, a half sheet flyers. In the back on the table, you can get directions. And it's after second gathering. I know you're volunteering, Cindy. I'm guessing around 12-ish. You're after our second gathering. Yeah, okay. So after the second gathering, just make your way over there. Food will not run out, guaranteed. And I just want to mention the flowers today. You maybe saw their picture in the slide. Conrad and Borghild celebrate 50 years anniversary. So that's the flowers that there's a crown here that says 50 years. I think it's a crown, so there's that. It blows me away to think 21 years ago today, we met for the first time on a Sunday, right? A gathering of people with the clear intention to create an inclusive, welcoming community. Inclusive and welcoming of everyone. To open ourselves to experience divine love. To open ourselves to God's love. That was our sole intention, and that idea for 21 years has always made it in a vision statement or a purpose statement. Today, we're an inclusive, welcoming community, gathered together to experience divine love. And I am blown away that 21 years later, we're still doing it. And I'll acknowledge, not always perfectly. But humans never always do anything perfectly, right? We mess up sometimes so that we could practice, except for the two of you, apparently. But most of us, we mess up so we could practice forgiveness of ourselves and forgiveness of each other and stand back up on the path and move along and continue to go where we're going, right? That's just part of life. I'm blown away when I think of the thousands of people in 21 years who walked through our threshold and felt some connection or some inspiration or gained some insight, right? We've launched 12 ministers out in the world in 21 years, and they're all out there, continue to do the work, and two of them have stayed with us, which we're really glad about, Sarah and Sherry. We're really glad about that. But they're out there. We raised 12 ministers, and they're out there doing the work. From day one, 10% of what you gave us, we give out to individuals and to people who assist in the work of love on the planet. So in that first day, if you join us and gave $10, as today, $1 goes. Or why am I saying 10? So say you gave 1,000 today. 100 of that would go out to the world. And then that 100 is multiplied by all the other people who give, so people get a chunk of change from us each month. Let me just say something about that. We're always open for suggestion. So if you know an individual or an organization that is out there doing the work, let us know, and we'd be happy to consider supporting them financially. Let us know. Sometimes we don't get as much suggestions as we would like. So please let us know. Since COVID, we've shifted a bit. We don't have as many people coming on Sunday mornings, and we have a huge, wider audience that expands now the world. We have both of our Sunday mornings broadcasted. We have Wednesday nights broadcasted, our Awakening Wednesday nights, and we're on YouTube every day of the week. So we're reaching clearly a global community. So we might come here on a particular Sunday and say, well, there's not a lot of people here. I will tell you, there's a lot more people watching us online than that are here in the room. And that is a powerful thing. Maybe if there was a gift of COVID, that's certainly a gift. I'll acknowledge my throat's a little raspy. I'm recovering from the flu. You know, before COVID, we would get the flu and it wouldn't be a big deal. But I think we've distanced ourselves from germs. So now if we get sick or COVID, it kind of kicks our butts. Anyway, last week I happened to run into 4 different people. This is the truth. 2 of which I didn't know, because 2 of which are online. Ran into 4 different people, and they talked to me about how significantly our gatherings are either making a difference in their life or have been a lifeline for them during the shutdown of the COVID experience. 4 people who I just happened to run into. It's almost like Spirit was saying to me, you're doing a good job. Here's what's going on. So I'm telling you, we're doing a good job. We're affecting people's lives we don't even know about. Excuse me a second. So what are we doing? What are we doing when we're gathering? I have to tell a story that really symbolizes what we're doing. I tell this story every anniversary, so if you were here at any of our anniversaries, you've heard it. But you also say to me, are you going to tell that story on this anniversary? And a few of you haven't heard it. So for those of you who haven't heard it, here's a story, because this is what we do. So 21 years ago, our very first morning, we had one gathering. We used to meet in Hillcrest at the Masonic Lodge. And for those of you who went there, we used to meet in their community room, their dining room. So that first morning, we had about 100 people. We had Devavani, some of you know her, she moved to Guam. We had her as guest singer. We had Guy Williams, a minister in Fallbrook now. He was the practitioner. So there was all this excitement, all this music going on, all these people. It was just exciting room. So I came in the back, and people were excited, and the room was much fuller than I thought it would be. Right? So Devavani gets up and starts singing a song. We had the same reading, by the way, the reading that I read. It was the first reading. So I'm standing at the back with Lee, and just like this morning, Reverend Sarah and I walked up. So at some point during the song, we would walk up. So they were halfway singing. Everyone was on their feet singing, so excited. So I start coming down the center aisle, and I'm getting really afraid. And I'm like, what the heck am I doing? It seemed like a good idea the other day. Because here's what I was thinking. I've got to show up Sunday after Sunday and try to inspire this group of people so they'll come back, so they'll give money, so I'll have a job, so we can play for this place. I did not fear running an organization. I did not fear teaching. What scared the heck out of me were two things. Knowing that week after week I'd need to be inspired. And the second thing is, as soon as I turned around up here and faced you, I knew I needed to be vulnerable and open to you. And I couldn't hide. And I'm going to talk more about that in a minute. I couldn't hide. So I'm walking down, and this is the truth. I'm about halfway down. It's the other building, but it's very similarly set up as this, in that to the right was a door that said exit on it. It actually faced out a bit. It faced out so you could read it easily. And the door was open. And the brilliant, radiant, warm sun was just calling me to get up, to go straight that way and out that exit door. Because I knew my little Miata was parked right outside that meeting. I could get in the car, I could get home, call Guy and say, seemed like a good idea, but I don't think this is going to work. Could have done that. Because I had done that many times in the past. I had taken the easy way out. I had played small. And I knew, part of me knew I needed to push through this fear. I was completely aware that when I turned around and faced you, part of my life would be over. The part that's hidden and private and really likes to be an introvert. Because one of the things a minister does is they live their spiritual life publicly. So I got up. It was very similar to this. There were steps on the side, and I came up, and I knew this was the big deal. I turned around, and you all were sitting down, and I said good morning, and you all stood on your feet, and you clapped, and you cheered. Something had ended, and we began. That's what we've been doing for 21 years. We've been calling individuals from the safety and the security of their own lives, from the defenses and the walls and the boundaries and the excuses and the no's. And we've been calling people through Sunday mornings, through Wednesday night, through our activities, through our classes, through our counseling sessions. We've been calling people to a greater experience of themselves, a greater experience of life, a greater experience of God's love. It's not without its fear. It's not without its loss. But those are not good reasons to stay stuck and small. The way of life sometimes includes loss or confusion or messiness or fear. I always think if we're feeling fear, we're in the right place. If we're not feeling fear, we got to get some, because we're not on an edge. We're not on a new beginning. We're not available to Spirit that's calling us to something greater than we've been before. We call people from a sense of isolation to connection. We call people from suffering to joy. We call people from feeling not enough to a deep awareness of our own magnificence. That's what we did. That's what we're doing. So, if there were a couple things at the beginning, that there were a couple things in the 21 years I've learned. Only a couple. One, I wish someone would have told me as a young minister. Well, I don't know if I was ever a young minister, a new minister. If someone would have said to me, relax. Don't take it quite as seriously. That helped. It's going to work out. So here's what I'd like to say to you. Whatever your new beginning is, relax. Don't take it so seriously. It's going to work out. Here's a deep awareness that I have. The divine, the infinite, God is always calling us. And part of that call is a call into solitude, because there's only an experience of the divine that can be made aware of through solitude. There's a part of God that only can be experienced in solitude. And God calls us with each other, because there's a piece of God that can only be known in relationship. Can only be known in relationship. So it is never either or. It's both and. And healthy community acknowledges that and supports that. It's both and. You know, one of the saddest things I've experienced in the 21 years of community are times in which people have a reaction to leadership or me or someone else in the community or something that's happened. They've had a reaction, and that's not bad. That's actually a good thing, because when we have reactions, it's simply a call from the universe for healing. That's what a reaction is. It's simply a call from the universe that something's up within us that needs attention. That's all a reaction is. The sadness comes for me when someone has a reaction, does blaming, and goes away. Shuts us out, shuts community out, and shuts out the opportunity for healing. An opportunity to welcome in that part that feels reactive. I know this dynamic because it had been such a part of my past. When I felt uncomfortable or triggered, close down, back away. And what that did is left me unconnected and a small life. Clearly, the reason I can see this pattern so much have seen it in other people, is I see it in myself. Walking down that aisle the first time, standing here before you, and staying, was a powerful part of my healing. Because there's really nowhere to hide up here. There's nowhere to go. And I knew that if I wasn't real with you, this would not become an authentic spiritual community. So I may be, well, in some ways I am preaching to the choir. But if the choir weren't here, I might say I'm preaching to the choir in that you're here. Don't let reactions that you have shut you down from the call, wherever the reaction is. Don't let it happen. Use the reactions that you have as simply a divine invitation to bring awareness and welcome and healing to those parts that are triggered. So I would really like to take a moment, so that I'm most grateful for my healing, and that we continue to be a place where people feel inspired and connected. So I'd like to open it up and have any of you share what it is you're grateful for about the community. It would give a chance for you to be heard and my voice to kind of pause for a second. So who would like to share what it is about us that you're grateful for? Yeah, Beth.
I'm just so grateful that when you said us, that I'm part of this.
Yeah.
But it's been only a few years, and from day one, I just felt so connected and welcome. So I'm just grateful to be part of us.
Yeah, it was just shared. If you didn't hear that, someone's grateful to be part of us. Even though she's been here a few years, she's grateful that she's part of this community, part of the us. Thank you. Pat.
I'm grateful for feeling so trusting of everybody, no matter what I say or they say, we might have whatever.
So Pat shared that she's grateful that she feels so trusting of us, of each other. So trusting. Chris.
Feel connection, true acceptance, the truth, and which has helped me carry that vision out into other relationships and other areas of my life.
That's awesome.
See that connection as well.
That's awesome. So Chris says he feels such a foundation here in the center as a way of relating authentically with each other. And what's great about what you said is then he can take what he learns here out into relationships in the world. And that's here's the practice, and we go out in the world and we do it. So that's great. Anyone else? Yes.
I'm grateful that you're still here.
Oh my gosh, I just recognized you. Hi. Welcome. You guys were here a few years back?
It's been 10 years.
10 years, and you have 2 kids since then.
2 kids, yeah.
Wow. 10 years. See? Proof. We were here 10 years ago at least. Thank you. Thanks for being here. Anyone else? Yeah, Martha.
I'm grateful that almost every Sunday I tear up in these services because it's a relief that I feel the presence and the peace that I feel here.
Thank you, Martha. Martha shared that any time Reverend Sarah speaks, she cries. No, she shared that just about every time she comes here, she feels such peace and such presence, and it does move her to tears. Thank you, Martha. Okay. A couple others. Cindy.
I'm just so grateful that I landed in a place that lives out to me love.
I'm sorry, last part.
That this place and people in it live out with love.
Thank you. So Cindy's fairly new with us and said that she's so grateful she found a place that walks their talk about love. Thank you, Cindy. Lee.
Just thinking that this philosophy, and I work here, so there's this blend between who I am and what I do and our spiritual principles and my life and my work. It's all blended into a really kind of a cool experience. It's not this and that.
Yeah.
It's all
So Lee's grateful that we give wholeness to his life. And he works here, and he's grateful for his paycheck as well. Eileen.
I'm grateful for the same thing. I came here to hear Kathy and heard Kathy Hurd speaking. And I was so grateful to find something or someone or some place that I could get closer to God. And then I came and I stayed long enough and I joined you all in the administration group. And you all are crazy. And to learn so much and to be really enjoy and closer to God. Oh, that's a great blessing.
So Eileen's grateful for a place to love, to be loved, to feel so close to God. So thank you. Kathy.
Well, I was going to say actually that I like that I'm always learning something new. I'm always taking away something from the service.
Nice.
And then apply to my life.
Nice. I'm glad to hear that. So Kathy's always learning something new, something that she can apply to her life. Good. So let me share with you. Oh, I'm sorry, Ann. Go ahead.
I was just going to say that I'm really grateful for not only the messages that I receive here, but the song that I carry in my heart and sing throughout the week. Something that has been sung, and it stays with me. And
Yeah, nice. So Ann's grateful for the message and the song, the music and the song.
Sing a song, man.
Okay, I'll sing a song. Ready? Cut the mics. So let me share with you where we're going. 2 things. We're going to keep doing what we're doing. And that's not a cop-out. We just are. We're going to stay open, stay authentic, stay radically welcoming, right? The second thing we're doing is we're really working at getting the message out. We've hired a social media agency, and they're really assisting us in tailoring our message to reach wide and far. And we've hired new folks for our production team to really have a stellar broadcast to engage more people online. So you will see just a great up-leveling of all of that as we move forward. Basically what it is, which this is the theme for the first month we ever had, it's the Great Invitation. We're inviting people to come. So you'll see more about that as we unfold. So I'm going to invite you to take a breath. And this particular reading I just think is so much kind of like our reading for the center. I'd like to read it to you. So I'm going to invite you to close your eyes. Take a deep breath right into your heart. And just take a moment and feel the gratitude. Feel the gratitude for being part of us. Feel the gratitude for your breath, for your life, for the beating of your heart. And feel gratitude right now for God's love, for divine love. Open to just get a sense of how deeply loved you are. So Ernest Holmes, the founder of our philosophy, writes this: the divine plan is one of freedom. Bondage is not God ordained. Freedom is the birthright of every living soul. All instinctively feel this. We do well to listen to this inner voice, for it tells us of a life wonderful in its scope, of a love beyond our fondest dreams, and of a freedom that our souls crave.
Let be, let it be, let it be. Speaking words of wisdom, let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Speaking words of wisdom, let it be. 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 Let it
Good job. Choir and Fire. That's such a great version of that song. It's very nice. Love it. Oh, very nice. Very nice. So I have some exciting news for you. If you've been here before, you know that we've been running a matching program. A generous donor in our community said that they would match up to $10,000 if people gave, a matching amount. Guess what number we're at today?
10-5?
No. Come on. Keep going. Keep going. No.
9,955.
10,000.
30.
No. You're not guessing it? Let me just say it. 9,500. Before midnight, let's just complete this thing. Just think how free you will feel next week if you come to the gathering. And I'm not asking you to join in this matching fund. $500, guys. Let's do this.
We'll do it.
Let's do this.
We'll do it.
500. So if you above and beyond your giving, it helps us to kind of do the COVID dip that we've experienced. I invite you to do that. So a tradition we have at our center each anniversary is that I acknowledge a person who's been here before the beginning, my partner, who's been supportive in every way imaginable with this center, regarding this center. And he's in India, so he couldn't, well, he can be here. Actually, we've invited Tim to say a few words.
Good morning, Universal Spirit Center, and greetings from Bangalore, India. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Tim Hepburn. I'm the Reverend's better half, and I'm here standing on my balcony on this sunny Sunday morning in full Indian attire. I'll try to give you a quick peek. I'm wearing a kurta as well as a dhoti, and I'm here on business and pleasure, working for the next 3 months. I'm sad that I am not physically be able to be with you guys here on our 21st anniversary, but please know that my spirit and my heart are with you celebrating. And so I'm here to ask for our conscious giving. And I just wanted to take a moment to say, that I am a charter member, that I've been here from the inception, but the real reason that I give to this community is basically this, what I'm doing here, what's surrounding me. I feel like when I'm in India, I'm living my best life. And it's because of our teachings, it's because of the work that I've done with practitioners, it's because of sitting with you in spiritual community every Sunday for the last 21 years that has allowed me to see that this greatness existed within me, something that I think for many years I did not know was there. And it's because of this community that I've allowed it to be uncovered. I've allowed myself to step into my wholeness, into my greatness, and I want this place to be around for other people to experience the same things that I'm experiencing. And so if you have a gift to give today, please place it over your heart and know with me as I pray that we're just so grateful. Thank you, Mother, Father, God, for all the many blessings that flow into our lives. We know that these blessings flow in and provide joy and blessings to us immediately, but also spill out and over into those around us, that we are a giving community, that we are a loving community, and know that we have enough, and we do enough, and we are enough. And so I just simply say thank you again, and let it be, and so it is. Amen. All right, have a great celebration, everybody. Bye.
Now we'll get ready for everyone to join us. The lyrics will be up top.
One love, loving as you and me, 'cause God is all there is. One life living as you and me, one light shining as you and me, one love, loving as you and me, 'cause God is all there is. One life living as you and me, one light shining as you and me, one love, loving as you and me, 'cause God is all there is. Light shining from the inside out. I'm so happy. I just want to shout. Woo! One life living as you and me, one light shining as you and me, one love, loving as you and me, 'cause God is all there is. One life living as you and me, one light shining as you and me, one love, loving as you and me, 'cause God is all there is. I'm shining from the inside out. I'm so happy. I just want to shout. One life living as you and me, one light shining as you and me, one love, loving as you and me, 'cause God is all there is. 'Cause God is all there is. 'Cause God is all there is.
All right. Choir on fire. I don't know how to break this to you, but Christmas is around the corner. And we will be having a Christmas choir. So if you're interested in joining the choir, see Gino. If you want to be part of this great group. So a couple quick announcements, and then we'll go on to Bob's joke, I think, right? Next week, I'm going to start a study on Sundays from the book The Soul of Money by Lynn Twist. It's a great book about our relationship with money. It's really not about our relationship with money, but it's about our relationship with soul. But I'll be going through the book. So if you want to follow along, I encourage you to get the book, and I'll be just speaking from the book all month. And then starting a week from this Tuesday, the first week in October, I'm going to be doing a book study on the same book. Tuesday nights, 6:30 in the office. It's love offering only. It's an opportunity to take what I talk about on Sunday and just apply it more deeply to our lives. So if you want to be part of that, there's a sign-up sheet out on the yes table. Let us know. Tuesdays in October, 6:30 to 7:30 across the street. How easy is that? Second thing, again, today we're having our party in Pioneer Park. But I'm really excited about what's coming up on October 15th. On October 15th, we're having a blues concert and barbecue. Southern style barbecue. It's going to be in a great outdoor venue in Bankers Hill. Many of you know it. It's Annette's work of business. It's 301 Spruce Street. It's a beautiful Beautiful area in a back setting outside. Tickets go on sale today. So you could either go to the Yes Table and buy a ticket. You could go online, buy a ticket. There are two types of tickets. There's a ticket for a really nice Southern dinner, a drink, and the concert for $65. There is also a ticket for a drink and the concert, which starts at 7, okay, that's not what, okay, starts at 7, for $35. So if you just want to do the concert, that's $35. Does that make sense? Is that it? Okay, that's it. That's all I should say. We're ready for Bob's joke, but I guess a couple announcements first. Yeah.
Good morning. I'm Bob Mosai. I have your announcements. Good morning. So before we start, for especially the online audience, if you guys have any questions regarding what I'm going to say, just go to email us at info@universalspiritcenter.org. Grief Support Circle begins Monday, October 3rd. It's going to be for every Monday for the month of October at 6:30 across the street at our offices. So you can sign up at the Yes Table or online. Just look up and click the Yes button. What our annual Friends Can Teach Us About Life, a new online book study. 6 Tuesday evenings on Zoom at 6:30 starting October 11th. Join Reverend Sherry for reflections on what our pets can teach us about life. You do not have to have a pet or be a pet owner to explore the wonderful world of human-animal relationships and how they can reveal spiritual wisdom. Based on the book Two Dogs and a Parrot by Sister Joan Sidicher, and it's a love offering basis. Awakening Wednesday, join Toby Geis, Healing Breathwork, in person and online. Please bring your water and a mat. Honor yourself by taking care of yourself. Our history. This day in history, Lincoln issued an Emancipation Proclamation on September 22nd, 1862. President Abraham Lincoln issued a preliminary Emancipation Proclamation, which sets a date for the recast for the freedom of more than 3 million enslaved in the United States, and recast the Civil War as a fight against slavery. To overcome racial inequality, we must confront our history. We all are part of our history. Racial Equality Project, call to action. We're honoring Hispanic Month this month. Watch the video online to find out more about Hispanic families. See the link on our Racial Equality Project page on our website. And speaking of anniversaries, I was reflecting on my life in the past 21 years or so, and I realized that my degree in history is useless. Do you want to know why? Because there's no future in it.
Yeah. All right, Bobby. Let's pray. I'm going to invite you to stand. And Borghild is doing the grief group. It's a very powerful grief group. I invite you to consider if you have any kind of grief going on. All right. I invite you to take a breath in. Go ahead and place your hands over your heart. Fill your heart that's open, expanding, that's full with love, with God's love, divine love, right at the center of your being. So breathe in and anchor aligned with that is true. Within you is an infinite nature, a loving presence, a divine guidance. So we open to it, we let it move through us, out into our lives. Let's know this together as we say. And so it is. See you at the park.
We let it be.